So this is MB season, and this is my reaction to people's results online.
Relax now.
Calm down,
Calm down, guys.
Down.
And they shouting. Jesus, let's send it.
I don't say the line. Where are they sending it
Let's send
to?
it.
Jesus. Hey!
Oh my God, relax.
I stopped checking my result myself. So people used to check and I'll be like, Jesus, that pass. So as this girl is pacing in the background, I can't
I don't
actually-
listen.
Guys,
Send
they
it.
pasted it.
They pasted my results.
I'm seeing the results here.
Guy, what would be so funny is when people are shouting, your result are broke.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, this is so nice. Because the first friend already saw her result and she passed, but she didn't say it out loud. She was just hoping like the other friend passed. And then when she passed, that's when they could celebrate together.
Medicine in Nigeria
Oh, I
is
know
like
this
a
girl.
cult. So I wrote my for MBBS this 2 weeks. Look at my eyes. Just look at my eyes. I've been crying. Ask me why I'm crying. Not that I failed the exam. Oh. No. The result came out and I passed. Half of the class failed.
This thing she said is so real because when MB result comes out, it's not actually like, oh, just looking at your math number, P. So if you pass 50 your class and only 25 passed, I'm not even going to lie. If you're part of that 25, your joy will be so minimal. You only be happy one when you left school and you're at home with your parents, or probably like when you call your parents to tell them the good news, because you know how strenuous and difficult the process is, and you wouldn't want somebody else to go through that process again. So even if you passed and somebody close to you or someone in your class or acquaintance, or even your enemy failed, you would still feel bad. So that's how MB exams are. I left her. This is the like joke. Year one, you get 4.8. Year two, oh lo, you begging for 50. By the time CA is coming out, you're not even up to 15, 13 points. Then when MB comes out, that's a 9A student in WAEC, 4.8 kini, you'll be failing MB. That's how medical school is. It's so
Warns you about what happens after med school. I graduated 2 months ago, and let me tell you, these are 5 truths nobody talks about. First of all, induction is not the fairy tale you think it is. It's basically a fleeting state of happiness that just lasts 2 days after. So make sure you do everything.
2 days is exaggeration. Induction adrenaline needs to last only inside that hall. Like once you leave the hall, it will now hit in your head that you need to start hustling for housemanship sports. And housemanship in Nigeria is it's very, very nepotism driven. As much as MDCN has tried, comparison to Nursing and Midwifery Council, MDCN has tried so much to centralize their housemanship posting. But I know people that 2 years, 3 years post school, they are yet to get a slot because they don't know anybody. Simple and short. And it's not that they don't know anybody. You cannot tell someone that grew up in Bayelsa that lives in Port Harcourt to start traveling to Taraba or to start applying to hospitals in Taraba. They're going to apply around themselves. So you're happy, oh my God, you passed the exam. But after then, it will just go away. And that's the thing with medicine, even in school. Like you don't get to enjoy each stage. But please enjoy the stage.
Oh.
Jesus. You will now start carrying M1 score. I remember in final year was brutal. Final year they would calculate your M1 score, M2 score, M3 score to now get your CA before you now write your MB. Do you know when you wrote M1? Like me, now I wrote M1 in 2021. I wrote final year exam in 2024. I don't remember what I scored in 2021, but they remember it. They remember that I scored, was it 40 something or so? They'll add all those scores together for your CA of 30. Yay! iPhone don't do. I'm not laughing at the fact that the person scored 49 in their MB. I'm laughing at the fact that the girl is actually collapsing. This thing is too real. And it's even better to even score 45 or score 43. 49. you'll be looking at the 50. 50 is looking at you, but you cannot catch it. And they'll be so, especially those anatomy lecturers, they'll be so no, a doctor must get 50. 50 is the barest minimum. You must get 50.
Look at you. Look how far you've come.
I know these girls. First MB it's not the most difficult MB, but it's most difficult MB mentally, but not the most difficult MB in terms of workload or reading. It's just because it's the first time that you're stepping foot into that professional exam setting, it'll be hard. Of course, the higher you go, the harder it becomes. But you tend to give yourself morale boost, like, oh, I've done it 2 times, I can do it the third time. I've done it 3 times. Is it this last one I cannot do? But first MB is so nerve wracking. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm trying to remember my first MB, how I was so sad. In fact, before my result came out, like, I'd already called my parents, tell them that I'm possibly going to fail physiology. Result came out, and anatomy, I still fail. But you just be so like, Jesus, no, 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 no. It's such a difficult time. I'm always a little bit envious of the people that never failed first MB, because the first time you wrote an exam, that's serious. That's high tension. You did not fail, and like, you're able to push it through. But I mean, if you did, my dear, me, I'm a doctor. Nobody has ever asked me, did you receive any course in any hospital I've gone to apply for a job, any hospital I've worked, any team any conductor I've come across. Nobody has ever asked me, oh, did you have any receipt during your medical years? It's just, oh, where did you train? And then you just keep it pushing. So it's not the end of the world, honestly. Oh, this is my friend.
How far you've come. You faced your trauma. And you came out on the other side. And I'm sorry to get a little emotional, but
This is my friend, Wenya. I'm sure she's watching the video, but like, I'm always so proud of Favor. Like,
Are getting inducted into the medical profession today. In honor of their induction, I am making this video. So this video is basically a form of encouragement to those in medical school who have either had a receipt before or are currently going through one right now. Personally, I have had 2 receipts. The first one was in 400 level. I had to receipt both pathology and pharmacology, and the second one was in 600 level. I had to receipt surgery.
so her video is about 6 minutes long, but it is just her experience as someone that wrote receipts. And usually when people write receipts, like myself, first time I talked about my receipts on my channel was when I was already a doctor. I think I made a video about that. It could be up above and also in the description box as well. But it's not something people like to talk about while in university, and for many reasons. My reason for not speaking about it while I was in school is because I didn't know if I was going to have another receipt again. I'm trying to take myself back to 2021 me, when I found out that I had a receipt. I think in that moment when I first found out I had a receipt, because I had already pre-informed my parents about the possibility of me failing a course, and when I told them I did actually fail anatomy and I was going to receipt the course, it was words for encouragement. And I'm so grateful to the family I had. There was never one time my parents, my sister, nobody ever brought up the fact that I had a receipt. I had a normal holiday. I was not guilt tripped for sleeping or eating or playing or whatever it was. Like, my parents just said, just on the call that day, you've done it, you passed 2 out of 3, you'll be fine, you move on to the next one. In fact, in church, they even gave testimony that I passed the exam way. I see the receipts, the exam. So I did have emotional support. But when you come back, like my school the school I went to does not in any way support people that are repeating or receipting. In fact, they worsen the mental state of those people. So they'll tell you that you're not allowed to go to the hospital again. So you have to stay back and start reading. You can't read in your hostel, so you have to go outside and find a spare classroom and the library to read. Of course, everybody knows that you are supposed to be in the hospital, right? Because we're the only set going to the hospital at the time. I was second set in my school. Everybody knows you're going there. Even when they were trying to share hostel accommodation when we went at 400 level, it was so segregated. People that were sitting were in one room, people that passed were in another. Don't go to that school I went to. People that passed were in one room, people that were sitting in another room. And all of those little things can make you feel so isolated, make you feel so down. In fact, start to ask yourself, like, oh my God, what did this person write that they did it better than me? What did I do wrong? You start to feel sad. You cry at night. When you're reading and things don't enjoy, you're crying. Your mates are moving along in levels and you're behind, feeling so sad and downcast. But I think the advice I'm going to give to whoever is in that shoes, and the same advice I give to all my junior colleagues that met me in school and I used to speak to them then, is it is not the end of the world. Use a week or two, cry about it, and figure out, what the hell did I do wrong? What was I doing differently that made it so difficult for me to pass? For example, I failed anatomy. I read anatomy isolated, but anatomy is supposed to be read together. Embryology, histology, and gross anatomy are actually supposed to be read together. So if I was reading the kidney, I start from embryology. When in my receipt here, I would now read embryology, kidney, histology, kidney, and then gross anatomy, kidney. That way, I have the kidney in my head. So if I go to an exam and they tell me to write about the kidney, even if I don't remember the histology of the kidney, because I remember the embryology and the gross anatomy, just I'm going to say, I'm going to fill up my paper and write a bit of the histology. I'm going to separate my book to make it look nice, put headings in between, just so that the lecturer that is reading knows that this person puts in a lot of effort to know this subject, but somehow, they're not able to articulate themselves properly to answer the question and they do better. But at the same time, I don't think you should feel bad. Don't feel like it's the end of the world. I feel like it will even be harder if you're having a receipt and your mates are inducting. Your final year receipt is the worst because your mates are inducting. So that means you have to come back after the induction and write the exam. It is so much easier to tell you to not give up, to not feel like it's the end of the world. But as someone that has been there, and like I said earlier, nobody, absolutely nobody on this earth is going to ask you, did you repeat? Did you fail? Did you? Sometimes people even be surprised when you tell them that you had a repeat CA or you had a receipt when you're a doctor. Oh wow, you repeated. Ha, that's almost thank God for you. That's it. And it's you that's giving them as gist. It's not a requirement. Nobody asks you that. So I don't know. Don't feel bad about yourself. I hated pattern farm. Jesus Christ. I hated it. Was my worst year academically. Like, I don't know how I passed that course. Let me tell you how funny it is. My pharmacology HOD, God rest his soul. The very first time that we wrote tests, I think people that scored low, a particular shallow, he called everybody to his office, and he wanted to know them and see what was going wrong, like what was making pharmacology so difficult for them. You know, I was sort of people that they called. She had the second time when he had a meeting. The man now said, come, I know the one that used to come to my class and sit down in front. I said, sir, as you're saying the same thing, I don't know the answer to your question, but somehow I find myself here. Pharmacology and pattern farm is so unnecessarily difficult. So difficult.
I'm about to check my second.
I have a video where I vlogged my second MB the entire exam week, and I checked my result live. It's actually on my channel, so I'm going to link that up there and down below, because watching these people react, I'm so happy. Please, if you're medical school, document your life.
My result. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
So doesn't shout Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. Like, doesn't shout Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus. I see this true. You will now see God, so much taking to that surface. As you're scrolling now, just like close around where your math number is, you will now see an F somewhere. Somewhere your eye will now become blurry. You now think that F that you saw close to your math number is actually your own F. That's why you now zoom in and now see your math number. You now see PP. Well, like, it's not true. So you use ruler or use your hand. Fine. Oh God, use your hand, fine line to trace it. I was never those people. I don't used to go to exam board where they used to paste those things. I never used to go there. I've never been there. I don't know what it looks like. I don't used to go outside when the results coming out. I am always in the hostel. When it comes out, they drop it on the WhatsApp group chat. I will download the picture and then view my result. That was the kind of person I was. I don't know how people used to do medical school pregnant. This time people married with children. Let me even check self the comment section. Pregnant with MB result. Okay, you're actually a woman king. For real. Like you are woman king is even small. You're Wakanda forever wife. I had a baby day 3 of my exam. Thank God it was on Friday. I could continue from where I stopped. Huh? As for the wait, did she have labor in the exam hall? Okay, no, she started having labor 4 a.m. in the morning, but she was doing revision. So she slept in the hospital that day. Her husband is a doctor and was on duty. God, I beg you. 8 months pregnant during final year MB. And she had to stay in the hostel. I don't want to say I did not planning their pregnancy, but like, is the pregnancy not planning them? Like, I don't want to blame them. Let me blame pregnancy. The pregnancy is not planning them.
You just saw your final MBBS exam result.
When my results is come out, who was the person that used to call say? It was okay. It was always the same 3 people. Like every single time my result came out, God, because the same people used to call their babe. Oh, I don't get to. It's always the same 3 people. My mommy, my daddy, and my sister. It used to go around the same 3 people. Mommy wants to just call. I just say, Jesus, see, hey. He chose to study medicine with 420 for that. I saw this thing. I think he's unical. But I think my issue with all this school is this 470. I'm not sure say 100. What am I saying? I'm not even sure 70 of them will even pass this exam. Somebody see it. I said it. We were 400 year one, but only 70 passed. Me, I took 'em.
Don't expect you to be the man of the match every week. But what I expect from you every week is the desire to come.
Guy,
Step on that pitch and show the
do you know
fans,
that
show
after, oh God, that's school. Oh, after my MB, my first MB, that was the only time that we had a very long break. I think it was a month break. But we only had that 1 month break because they were having issues in the hospital. We were supposed to, I don't know if it was issues, but something that the hospital were supposed to use, they were having issues with the set above. Also, we were trying to adjust their calendar and everything. After then, I never had more than 2 weeks break in the entire of my medical school. There was an MB that I only had 1 week break. I can't even believe it's saying it out loud. I wrote year 4 MB and I was back to school for year 5 in a week's time. One doctor from medical school with distinctions. I state every single time your study group will save you. I'm on this girl study group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How are they achieving it? People that were 3 that will be gisting every second. The one time that we were like 10 during past question for final year, I think blocked my final year a lot because of my phone space. The one time we were 10 for final year revision, they like the argument is so unnecessary. Me, I feel like study group should not pass 5. Leave it between 3 to 5. So 2 people are not study group, you are study partners. 3 to 5, like that's what I think should be the normal. Hey! For real. Usually I'm not the first person to become. I'm the first person like mad. The other people they were not doctors, they were doc. Me, I'm the first person like mad. Oh my god, these videos were so nice. I actually really loved reacting to you guys MB exam, like watching your results or your experience in medical school. I love reacting to it because I also have a mouthful of experience on my page. And if you're a medical if you're a medical student or a medical doctor or anybody in any journey, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be medicine. It's always nice to document chapters of your life. It's always nice to have those memories. You don't need to be a content creator, but for documentation purposes, because you're able to look back and reflect on yourself and feel good and relive those experiences. If you passed your MB, congratulations. I'm happy that you passed it. You're 1 step closer to being a doctor. And if you actually passed it and like graduated, congratulations, my chief. Like, I don't know, I won't say welcome to the profession, but there's nothing to welcome you, but congratulations, my chief. If you had a receipt, either 1, 2, 3, whatever number the receipt was, like I've said in the entire of this video, it is really not the end of the world. And I'm not trying to sound cliche like everybody says it's not the end of the world. It's actually not the end of the world. Like, yeah, it may look like the end of your world, but it is not the end of the world. As long as the world has not ended, your world has not ended. So like, just keep it pushing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video, please do make sure to give it a like, share to your friends, anybody that would love to, watch this reaction. Also comment down below your thoughts, any words you have for someone if you've ever been in that position. And if you do have or if you've written your MB and you made a video, please also send it to me. I would love to react to it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Look at her. Just the other day, I heard a hoe say, matter of fact, what could a hoe say? With a face like this and a bitch this paid.